welcome to round number 12 of 20 of the 2018 Sunoco Elite Series season here, back at what might be our last time around Calder Park Thunderdrome here. It's a track that has a lot of history around here, but its contract ran out and it was not re-signed. This track will not return to the calendar next year. It'll be the first time in Sunoco Elite Series history that this track will not be on the calendar. So we better make it count, and we hope to get a good race in our last time out here. This championship goes on. It's really tight. It's a 6-point separation between first and third. It's Jackson, Brock, and Duncan in the middle of this title fight, but Jeffrey Finguy, the 2014 winner around here, on pole position here today, while the 2013 winner, William Brock, is sitting on his outside, a front row lockout for Full Frontal Motorsports. And for two guys who have a history of winning here, they hope to get another win here before we leave. And, well, Finguy, not really in the title fight. He's still trying to fight through the shootouts. But we come in here today, Finguy wants to get into owner's points for Full Frontal to get that 40 car owner's points, because Gatlin Downey will be driving that car next year. And Brock, obviously, just fighting for this title, 6 points out of the points lead. This could be his chance to take it. On row 2, Dan Bartlett and Scott Ganassi Racing was announced to be shutting down, closing its doors at the end of the season. And Bartlett was out of a ride. He's moving to Monarch Motorsports next year, as he is sticking with the Ford Alliance. And, well, the Ford Alliance is just going to be Roush and Monarch next year, back to where they started. So Bartlett's got a ride next year, but it's not a better ride than what he has now. That's alongside Ryan Monaco. Only a few races left for Monaco until we say goodbye to him once more. Just until we leave the International Tour, which will be at the end of the round of Canada. But Ryan coming out here trying to make it count. It's been a struggle. It was a struggle back in Twin Ring. Very slow, just couldn't get used to the car. So we'll have to see, can Ryan pick it up today. On row 3, tied with Brock in points, this is William Duncan, the guy who's led points for the last little bit, but now it is Jackson who currently leads the points chase. But Duncan trying to take it back. But he's going to have to get up to the front of the field and pass Brock for that to happen. Alongside Kieran Mulcher trying to make his last year in the series count. Mulcher's been around since 2014. He's taking a sabbatical, so we may see him back one day, but he will be out for the 2019 season. On row 4, it is DJ Curtis. A great qualifying for Curtis. This is reminiscent of the performance we saw back in Gravis City, where he finished in the top 10. It was a very impressive showing out of the 88, and he's back at the front again. He's trying to get Monarch a B slot, which is very much possible at this point. It's alongside Eric Monaco, who it's been definitely an up and down season. He's got his second career win. He wants to go for 3 here today at a place he's won before in the last time we've ever come here. He starts on row 4. And on row 5, it is PJ Karenko, the hometown team, Fitzwater Australia Racing. Although there is 2 hometown teams, this is the one that's most well known around here. Fitzwater Australia Racing has won here before out of Jay Durrell when he was back at a part-timer, and he is now here for his first time as a full-timer. But it's PJ Karenko who's starting highest for this team. Karenko currently rideless going into next season. We'll see what happens as time goes on if he can find a ride. And that's alongside Skyla Johnson, whose ride hasn't been confirmed yet, but it's becoming more and more certain that Skyla Johnson will be staying in that 99 another year. We look back. Paul Jackson, your points leader, back in the points lead as we head through the speed race. He's qualifying a little far back, but he could definitely make it up. Paulson's been on a roll. He won practice earlier today. Full Frontal has gotten the last 3 sessions under their belts. So Cordell Paulson trying to make it 4, but 2 teammates at the front might make it 4 for him. And then we have to look at the back of the field. We're about to get your command, so we'll talk about that in just a minute. Jeffrey Finguy, your leader. Here is your command for last time in Calder Park. Cars roll through 3 and 4. Jeffrey Finguy will have the honors of bringing us down to the green flag the last time at the Calder Park Thunderdrome here in Australia before the round of Australia moves. 7 years at this track, and it'll finally come to an end, but Finn Guy will lead it down to the green flag here. We are green in Calder. Finn Guy's got history racing around this track. He's got history winning back in 2014. So you know he wants to win it again. But he's got his teammate Brock really wants to get up front. Brock, the 2013 winner at this track when he fought in a last lap pass on Max Anderson for the win. Here's Duncan. Duncan has never won outside of a super speedway, but he's always been fast. And you know he wants to get that first win outside of a super speedway. And down the inside, he lunges on Brock. And second and third in points are 1 and 2 in this race. There are a few 4 wides back there. I'm a little frightened. Hold on. Okay, Ryan backed out. Good job. Good job, Ryan. You got Ray Hall and Jackson working together on the low line. But Roush is working... No, he's not working together with Curtis. Roush wants to get near the front of his own. He has a lot of time to make up in this title fight. So, of course, he's going to be on the move as much as he can. And there is Finn Guy being pushed back. He's stuck on the outside. He needs to get back low if he wants any chance at winning this race. It is not looking good for the 40. Look back. There is Bartlett. Gets the move down the inside to William Brock. And the Brit will take second from correct Bartlett with Anderson gone. Bartlett is the only Brit in the field. And it's a little strange not having Anderson around, but Bartlett picking up the torch for Great Britain. And he's doing it well. He's up into second. He's had a good streak in the last few races, and it looks like his speed is continuing to show. But there is, oh boy, Fitzwater Australia Racing. This is their test track. If any team knows a track like the back of their hand, it's Fitzwater Australia and Calder Park. They know this track. Caution is out, lap 6. Faber, Max Jackson, and Ciel Van Aller are involved. That saves Finn Guy, and an early caution is going to shake things up. When you go 5 wide, you can't really blame anyone for this, as it would actually be Benyako who shoved his way through the second line, and yeah, Max was just squeezed out into Ryan. Everyone was pushed together. It was really not anyone's fault there. If anyone, it's maybe Benyako, but even that. You're fighting for position in a cluster in the first few laps. It happens. Bad luck for Aller, Jackson, and Faber. But can't really blame anyone for that. We'll be back. So, of course, it's too early to pit. Let's get your leaderboard up, as we are under caution here in Calder. We're about to go back green. Again, obviously, we're not going to... no one's going to pit. It's way too early in the run to do that. Other than the people who had damage, they obviously pit. So, as we round turns 3 and 4, we're going to go back green here in Calder Park. It's Duncan, Bartlett, Karenko, Roush, and Brock, your top 5. As we roll out at 3 and 4, William Duncan will lead it back down to the green flag, coming to lap 10 here. 55 laps to go here in Calder Park. And that was maybe too good of a jump for Karenko's own good. And that's going to force him to the outside. And unless he can get an amazing momentum sweep, if he can actually think he can do that, which no, he's not. If anything, he's starting to back off. He's trying to get back low. Karenko made a mistake. Where are his teammates? We're looking for Darrell. Up into 30th. He's making moves. Bowers. 20th. He's in the top 20. He's not too far. What about Sean Ard? 35th. He's pretty much done. Speaking of the 9, where's the 11? The other part-timer in the field, that would be Kalshak Jr., 30th. So the part-timers, it doesn't look like our streak of part-timers winning this event is going to continue. But as we return back, there is Karenko back on the low line. Adjusted, fixed his mistake. Roush is in the second position. And Roush Racing is starting to creep. Because here is Kieran Mulcher as well. But what happened to Ryan Monaco? Damage. Must have been from that incident. There is... Oh, Karenko not able to get the move on Dan Bartlett. There is Roman Rahal. Rahal, the current best Honda in the field. Honda not doing too hot right now. 3 Mavericks up here, and that's all Honda has representation from, because there is Thundersport. Oh. What? How did they not wreck? Hold on. How did they not wreck there? It's coming out of the last corner. Benyako would just be barely clipped by Fuller, would go in the inside field, give her a door check on the way back on, kind of a, hey, why did you do that? And they got back on, and everyone was okay. So, a little bit of anger, understandable anger out of Benyako, but that was a little too close for comfort. There he is, Scott Roush down the inside. He'll get the lead away from William Duncan. He wants to get into this title fight after a really rough start to the year. There's been talks about him leaving the team and Roger Ray going into the 38 next year because of Scott Ganassi shutting down. So Roush really wants to push in what could be his last year in the 38. There is PJ Karenko once more down the inside of Bartlett. Karenko, the finish driver, the only finish driver in the field, fighting against a Brit. Oh, and no, Karenko just doesn't have the speed. That's the power of a rank C car shining through, where it's just, he can't keep it under the 86, and now he's gonna have to go into a defensive mode on the 83. Look back at the front. I see Roman Rahal getting underneath the 4. Duncan, not an amazing speedway guy, just regular speedways. He's always been a road course ringer. His only win outside of a super speedway comes at a road course all the way back in the very first season when he was driving under Trailblazer as a replacement for the injured Tyler Avery that started his career, won in Mid-Ohio, and the rest was history. But there goes Kieran Mulcher now, putting Ford in a 1-2-4 position. Honda suffering him, but Rahal is on the move down the inside of Bartlett. Rahal earlier this year won a race in the most Rahal fashion, and that was he didn't really necessarily deserve the win because it came from a penalty of the leader, and Rahal was given the win. Rahal wants a win that's his own. He's moving into second now. He's got the power to get through Bartlett, and he is going to get through Bartlett. As the 4 car continues to fall through the field, although it's not too big of a worry because Brock also falling through the field. And now Brock's in the clutches of Jackson, and Jackson is ahead of Brock in points now. Duncan is the current points leader as we stand. There is Mulcher putting Roush Racing Enterprises maybe into a 1-3 position. Although the other two have been slacking, these two are absolutely on the move. And there he goes, Kieran Mulcher up into the 3rd position. Unless Bartlett can defend here, he's going to get a lunge on the outside, and nope. Roush Racing Enterprises car is a little too powerful. These cars have been the most powerful, but the most unreliable this year. But the power is shining through today. But here comes Roman Rahal down the inside for the lead versus Roush. Side by side on lap 24 of 64. Your fastest lap of the race out of Mulcher, who is now in 3rd. The Pontiacs are moving together. Where's the 3rd Pontiac? Rowe is not far. He's been on the move. Although Shane Vincent's been kind of neutral. He really hasn't been moving much since the start of this race. Currently sits down in the 16th position. Hold on. Am I wrong? Did Shane start way lower than I thought, or am I blind? Where did he start? Okay, no, he started, I thought he started midfield. What was I? No, he started 32nd. Shane's been on a tear with Rowe. Both him and Rowe have been moving through the field together. And this is the move for a top 15 when he started outside the top 30. So this is actually an extremely impressive performance out of the 04. Down the inside of Carson Bowers, one of the most consistent guys this year. But there's been rumors that this might be his last year. There's been no communication throughout the garage about any intent on returning. We're wondering if Bowers intends to return. He was released from Fitzwater, Australia following this season, as Fitzwater may want him to get a better ride, but is Bowers even going to do anything to find a better ride? Look back to the front. Top four starting to break away. That's Rahal, Roush, Johan Arndt, and Kieran Mulcher. Duncan kind of just hanging out in fifth, and Krenkel holding on to sixth, trying to carry the torch for the whole team. That's kind of rough. And there it is. Brock has been passed by the points leader, Paul Jackson. Now he's gaining points on him, but Duncan still up in P5. He hasn't been fast. He hasn't been blazing fast, but he's been quick enough to where Duncan's just staying consistent. A little bit of a skip on the lap, coming to lap 30. It is Johan Arndt taking second away from Scott Roush. See back here, that is 34 with damage, along with the 06. Then it's the 9 of Sean Ard, struggling out here today. Max Jackson's got damage. And Jeffrey Finguy's been slow today. Trailblazer really not in it right now. This is really not what this team needs. Back at the front. Still the 14 tries to get through the 38, and I think he's got him this time. He's just got to block him, and he does. So there he is. And Roush makes a mistake. Mulcher says thank you very much. And Mulcher going to take over the fourth position. Let's look back again. Paulson making his way through the field. Interesting. Shane Vincent has made his way through Brock. Rowe has made his way through Jackson. Rowe is on a tear. Rowe started 31st, and he's almost in a top 10 now. That is incredible. The amount of speed that this 41 is showing. Look at him go. See, this is just Alexander Rowe things. It's either he's really insanely fast or he sucks. Today, he's quick. Today, we're seeing the true Alexander Rowe in full force. He's through Eric Monaco. The 2012 winner on this track, Rowe, wants to be part of the group to win at this venue. There is Bartlett versus Duncan. Again, Duncan, not incredibly quick, but he's been quick enough. I think he's just going to let the 86 go. No, he's trying to fight back. Let's give us a little bit of a field rundown as we approach some lap cars. Rahal currently leading, trying to get his second win of the year, his fourth career win as he comes up on CL Van Aller. Rahal has had a great year so far. It's been very similar to the year he had last year, where he just ran very well, very consistent, but was never being able to be a threat and race in and race out for wins. But today could be his day to get that win, the win that he oh so deserves. Johan Arndt in second in what is going to be his goodbye tour. Johan, the two-time PLS champion. Once again, it is Rahal and Arndt at the front. We'll see if this rematch ends the same way it did last time, though Arndt would have to get a penalty for that. Kieran Mulcher taking a sabbatical next year, but he is currently P3 on the podium for the 37 car. It was very rough for a while, but he's really started to pick it back up, get back in gear. And the third place right now for Kieran Mulcher seems to be putting him more and more safe in owner's points. P4 is Scott Roush as he just gets through the lap cars. Roush, another person in Roush Racing Enterprises, in threat of losing their ride next year because of Roger Ray being taken out of Scott Ganassi. And Roush, if the only way Roush leaves the team is if he agrees to it. But who knows? He's currently P4. P5, Dan Bartlett, in another great performance for the 86 crew. This is exactly what they've needed in the last few races. They have been absolutely blazing fast throughout Europe and throughout so far the international tour. Here's to hoping Bartlett keeps it up. P6, William Duncan, your current points leader as we stand, although he's being challenged by 7th place Roger Ray. Duncan held the points lead for a while, lost it, and he's about to get it back if he can keep this pace. Duncan looking very strong around here. P7, Roger Ray, another person in the title fight. It's been a fantastic year for Roger Ray. It's absolutely his breakout year, and a huge turnaround from what we saw from him back in 2015 when he was dead last in points, and now he sits here 3 years later fighting for a championship, although he's a little far out of it to be right at smack in the middle of the title fight. P8, PJ Karenko, the highest for the hometown team. Karenko, it's been an okay day there as CL Van Allen in the grass almost got turned, but PJ Karenko looking very strong here today though for a rank C. Fitzroy Australia wants to fight for a rank B slot. That is in the cards for them right now, but they need good performances. This is what they need out of PJ Karenko. P9, another hometown team, Thundersport Racing Australia, and with Connor Monaco. One Monaco has won around here, the other is doing terrible, but Connor wants to make it 2 for 3 with this family at Calder Park. But P9, he's got some time to make up if he wants to actually be straight in the middle of this fight for the win. And P10, Alexander Rowe, started outside the top 30 and now sits 10th place in this race. Rowe continuing to show why he's one of the all-time greats. Shane Vincent up to 12. We look back even further. There is 3 of Maverick, 13, 14, and 15, as the other one leads this race. So Maverick's not doing bad, they're just not doing great. Duncan continues to lose position. His speed is really starting to tank now, as he is just down to defending from the 27 and the 04. Duncan is starting to get closer to falling into the grasp of his championship rival, while Brock is continuing to plummet. He's down in 18th now. He's really got to get on the move if he wants to be a part of this title fight. But we also look at Cordell Paulson, could be in this. Scott and Monaco as well. Maybe. Ray is gaining some points today as we stand. To the Roush Racing gaining points. There it is, the challenge for the lead. Oh boy, they battled once before for a win back in Hockenheim, and they'll battle again. Johan Art down the inside of Roman Rahal for the lead. Will we see Rahal fight back more this time against Johan and fight for this win instead of giving it up to the 14 like he did back in Hockenheim? There he goes. Johan's got the lead. Does Rahal have anything in retaliation? He'll still fight back with a run on the outside. You just got to get low, Rahal. He is fighting. Rahal is not going down without a fight, and he'll get it back. Oh, he's got it back, but can Johan get the bumper again? No. Rahal shuts the door. And this time, he's not going to give the lead up. Oh, but Johan has other plans. They almost touch. Rahal continues to push. Johan pushing just as hard, but I think Johan's got the advantage now. He's close enough. He's far enough up. I think he's finally going to get him. And Rahal fought really hard for that one. But it looks like it's going to be second verse, same as the first. Johan Art takes the lead away from Roman Rahal. Could we see a repeat where Johan gets this and runs away like he did in Hagenheim. Hopefully no penalty though. Godrow, can you slow down? Jesus. 3 positions back now is Paul Jackson. Currently, Duncan still holds the points lead, but it could crumble right here, right now. But Paulson may change that. Paulson wants to gain points. He wants to put himself in this title fight. He's close. He could definitely fight for this title. But he's got to get through Jackson. He's got to gain points. The title fight is tighter than it has been this year. There it is. Jackson now has his points lead back as we stand. It is only a 3-point gain out of Duncan as we stand, which would mean 3 points is the difference between Jackson and Duncan in points. Keep in mind, Brock is not far. The laps are closing down. We return back to the front. Rahal is not letting go of the 14. But Roush is not letting go of the 83 either. These guys are all tight together. We could see this fight heat up as time goes on, especially with a damaged Max Jackson half a second slower than the guys ahead. So this could get ugly, but they dispose of the lap car. Finn guy. There is Rowe going into the top 5. He started 31st. What a run it's been for the 41. He'll go down the inside of Roger Ray, but it seems that where we stand in the gap between 5th and 4th, I think this is where Rowe's progress is going to stop, but it's still an amazing day for the 41 nonetheless. Duncan continuing to hold out front of Jackson, but Duncan is just not that quick. There he is. He's got the nose. Here he comes. Roman Rahal back down the inside. He's trying to get his lead back. This fight is not over yet. Rahal wants to earn a win. Oh, and there it is. The reason Finn guy was slow. Tire has gone down on the 40. Rahal down the inside. He's got it. He's got the lead. Oh, it's coming down to the wire. There's only a few laps to go, and they're side by side. A lap car ahead. Roush closing behind. Oh, Johan trying to close the door. He does. Could this be the first win for Johan Arndt? And it would be all 3 members of Travis Ultra Autosport winning this year. But Rahal wants to get 2, but most importantly, he wants a win that matters. There it is. That is Jeffrey Finguy into the pits. This is it. 4 to go. Does Rahal have anything for the 14? Can he close that gap further? Can he get on his bumper and overtake him? It's close. Rahal's quicker. Rahal's absolutely quicker. He's there. He's trying again. Oh, he's not close enough. 4 to go. No, is it 4 or is it? Yeah, 4 to go. 4 laps to go for Roman Rahal. He's right there. He just needs one more little push, and the win is his. Pontiac trying to go to victory lane for their 3rd time, but Honda has other plans. Here comes Roman Rahal. It's a much more solid move than last time. This is a much more confident move out of the 83. He's got no lap cars to hold anyone up. Oh, but Johan holds. We're at 3 to go. He's so close. He's so close. Can Rahal pull it off? 2 laps to go for Johan the German trying to win in his last year. Rahal trying to get a win that finally counts. Here he comes. He's got the run. He's got the line. Down the inside. White flag. They're side by side. And Roman Rahal has the edge. White flag in the air for Roman Rahal. Johan fights back. Does Rahal have the speed? Can he get a run? He's just got to keep the nose. He's just got to keep it under the 14. Here we come. It's going to be a drag race. Back to the line. Final corner. And he's going to do it. Roman Rahal back to victory lane. By 3/100ths of a second. And it finally counts. He pushed. He really fought for it. And he finally... This has got to feel so much better than Hockenheim. Because it's a win that's truly his. And Roman Rahal goes to victory lane. Here in Calder Park, what a way for the track to go. I did not expect a finish like that. But boy, did we get a good one. Congratulations to Roman Rahal. Let's go look at that pass one more time. He had been setting him up for lap after lap. Close, so close to getting it. And he finally got the opportunity. A little mistake out of Johan pushed him wide. Rahal used it, pushed as hard as he could down the inside. They are side by side to the final corner. And as the white flag was in the air, Rahal led, but Johan was not giving up. He had a push on the outside. And Johan wanted to fight for his first career win. But Rahal continued to push that car, continued to push Honda, and Jason Wolf has got to be ecstatic that Rahal finally shines through. Brakes late, down the inside, and out of the last corner. And Roman Rahal would take the win. In what was the closest finish in Calder Park's history. Maybe this might change things, and maybe we'll make the ISCRO officials reconsider taking this track off the schedule, because boy, was that a good one. Congratulations to Roman Rahal. Oh my God, he finally did it. Congratulations to Roman Rahal, Honda and Maverick Wolf Racing going to victory lane. Let's go look at your finishing results. Summer Roman Rahal goes to victory lane by exactly 3/100ths of a second over Johan Arndt. In second, this time, Rahal was able to beat Arndt fair and square. Arndt in second, Roush in third, and Mulcher makes a 3-4 for Roush Racing Enterprises. Got to be very happy for that team. Connor Monaco was able to beat Rowe to the finish in fifth. Rowe in sixth, Ray in seventh, Shane Vince in the top 10 after starting in 32nd. Very impressive for the rookie. Scott in ninth, and PJ Krenko will round out your top 10 for the hometown team. Jackson and Duncan finish 11th and 12th, meaning it's only going to be a 9-point separation between the top two in points. With Brock only a few positions back, he won't be that far out of the points battle either. Look back through the field. Few people want to lap down. It just... Jackson, Ard, Bartlett, all these people just weren't quick enough, and things happened. It sucks. Actually, Bartlett's a little... Oh, Bartlett had a tire go down. Bartlett... So Bartlett had a tire go down late race that we didn't see. That's unfortunate. He had such a great race going too. Bartlett was continuing to show that speed we've seen out of him lately, and this should not discourage him, because he was blazing fast today, and it was just that tire going down that will ail him. It's unfortunate for the driver of the 86, but it was still really fast today, so I wouldn't let that take away how good he was today. But congratulations, Roman Rahal, our last speedway our last normal speedway in the international tour. We're gonna head to Nahahuapi, Autodrome Nahahuapi, Armory Digital Super Speedway, one of 2 super speedways left on the calendar, and then Road Gatineau to finish out the international tour before we head back for the Royale. So everyone's getting really excited for that to go down. So congratulations to Roman Rahal, taking the win here in Calder Park. What could be the last round here, but this one might make the stewards reconsider. Congratulations to Roman Rahal taking the win, and we will see you all next time. We're heading over to Argentina, back at Autodrome Nahahuapi, and that's going to be a pretty exciting race. What's expected to be a pretty exciting race. One of the most, if not the most technical road course on the circuit. People have a little bit of practice from back in testing, though, so maybe that'll aid some people as we go through. Congratulations, Rahal. We will see you all next time as we head to Argentina. Ciao.